In Nakuru County, a Nakuru doctor has successfully obtained court orders barring the Nakuru County Assembly from vetting 10 County Executive Committee members nominated by Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika a week ago. The petitioner, Dr. Magere Gikenyi, filed a suit seeking to challenge their nomination on grounds that the appointments do not represent the cultural diversity in the county. Marianne Nyambura reports.
Dr. Magere Gikenyi, a consultant and general surgeon in Nakuru, filed a petition at the Employment and Labor Relations Court in Nakuru, seeking to have the appointments of county executive members by Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika quashed. Barely a week after she made the announcement, Dr. Gikenyi argues that the 10-member list of CECs does not reflect the cultural diversity of the county.
The number of CECs maximum is 10 by the law, so you can't increase that. There's nothing you can do. But even within those 10, they have to look like inclusive. For example, if you have one community taking 7 slots, second one takes 2, that's already 90%. So essentially 2 communities taking 90% of the slots. In fact, if you were to look in terms of population, they are not 90% of Nakuru County. That in itself is irrational.
In his petition, Dr. Magere asked the courts to stop the vetting of the nominees on grounds that the said list did not reflect the diversity, contrary to the County Government Act of 2012, which says, quote, "The governor shall, when nominating members of the executive committee, ensure that to the fullest extent possible, the composition of the executive committee reflects the community and cultural diversity of the county, that the list released contained 70% of one community, 20% of another community, and 10% of a third community, leaving out other ethnic communities which contribute to the development of the county. That skewed nominations where 2 ethnic communities take up 90% of the nominees leads to ethnic marginalization, which is unfair labor practice, contrary to the Constitution. That the court stops the Nakuru County Assembly from debating and vetting the illegal list, which is unconstitutional and does not reflect the principles of governance.
There are many communities in society. When communities feel fully represented in the government, they work very well to support that government and to give all the services which it needs. When a community feels marginalized, not very important, what will happen is that at the end of the day, the people become disillusioned. They don't see the value of being in the county. Sometimes they say, mimi si mwana county wa Nakuru. That in itself brings divisions, and we want peace.
The press release issued on the 13th of October by Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika named 10 nominees from 10 sub-counties in Nakuru. Dr. Nelson Tanui Mara as the CEC Water and Environment, Dr. Samuel Mwangi Mwaura as the CEC for Health, Stephen Mwiruri Kuria as the CEC Trade, John Karanja Kihagi as CEC for Lands, Leonard Kipkoech Bor as CEC for Agriculture, Roslyn Wanjiro Mungai as CEC for Public Service Management, Josephine Atieno Acheng as CEC Sports, Zipora Wambui as Education, Youth and ICT CEC, Stephen Iribenjogu as Finance and Economic Planning CEC, and Michael Karanja Kamau as CEC Infrastructure. Nakuru Employment and Labor Relations Court Judge Helen Wasilwa ruled and suspended the press release, notifying the nomination of the members of the County Executive Committee members of the Nakuru County Government, issued an injunction prohibiting the CEC nominees from acting as cabinet officials, issued a conservatory order barring the County Assembly from vetting and processing the County Executive Committee members. The County Government of Nakuru, the County Attorney and Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika are waiting to be served the petition before all parties converge on 31st October for the first hearing. The case, whichever direction it takes, is expected to give direction on the nomination of county executive members across all the 47 counties. Marianne Nyambura, Citizen TV.